Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Big for One Gaming here. Welcome back to episode number 8 of winning a national championship with every team in the game. If you guys have missed any of the episodes, up in the right hand corner will be a playlist from episode 1 to episode 8. And if you guys are unable to watch those videos, I completely understand. Down in the description below will be a record of every team that we have done so far and their season they eventually won a national championship game. Or I guess the national championship. That makes more sense. But anyways, new episode means new team, which means we get a wheel spin. I do need to take off one team. I forgot I need to take off Marshall, and that would be awkward if we got them, but it would have been very awkward if we actually did get them because out of all the teams to spin, we get them there. But if you guys do want to bypass the wheel, write a comment down below, and we'll get that team going in the next episode. But let's spin the wheel, and let's see which team we're going to get. And it looks like we are going to the MAC. And I think we're going to get Eastern Michigan here. So Eastern Michigan is the next team to win a national title. And of course they are in the MAC. They're a 67 overall team. One of the better teams in the MAC as well besides Toledo. Toledo's 72. But they're about even for everybody. Of course we're going to be the head coach and Chris Creighton. We're going to be. They've been around 500 most years, so hopefully we can do the same thing in the first couple years and start getting some good recruits in here. Because as you guys know, the G5 schools are very hard to rebuild just because everyone wants to leave in Season 1. But let's check our coaching abilities. We do have recruiter. Mostly for the offense, so mostly starting interest and transfers for quarterback for our more interested. We do have strategist, which will definitely help out for visits for the offense. We also have tactician, but our offensive coordinator has talent developer, mostly for the quarterback, running back, and wide receiver, but mostly for drafted players. We do also have motivator on this side. Quarterback has the offseason training boost. Our defensive coordinator has elite recruiter. Linebackers have the no one has the increased weekly recruiting hours, which does kind of suck a little bit. But all in all, it's some pretty good coordinators there. But let's check out the roster. Let's see what we're working with here for this team. We have a lot of seniors. Why is all of our top guys seniors? Our quarterback is a senior. We do have a 74 quarterback. We also have a 71 behind him. Halfback is an 81. Wide receivers, legit, are all seniors. Tight end, I mean, we're going to need everybody. At this point, everybody needs to be signed because we have a ton of seniors on this class. So this one is going to be a fun rebuild. But, or I guess, couple seasons here with Eastern Michigan, but I'm going to go ahead and get everything set up, and I'll see everyone at the end of Season 1 here with Eastern Michigan. And here we are at the end of Season number 1 here with Eastern Michigan. We go 6-6 on the season here with the said squad. We actually lost our first game against Texas State, then beat FCS and Kentucky before losing to Louisiana. We beat Central Michigan, then lost 4 in a row against Buffalo, Northern Illinois, Miami of Ohio, and then Ohio. But then won our last 3 against Bowling Green, Ball State, and Western Michigan to go 6-6 here on the season. Now, we don't make the conference championship, so we'll just advance past this week. There is still a possibility that we do make a bowl game with us having 6 wins, but we shall find out right here, right now. And John wins the Heisman Trophy. 3,400 yards, 29 touchdowns, 74% completion percentage for the Oklahoma quarterback. So good for him. Do we win any awards? We don't. And we'll be getting Troy in the Ventures Bowl. So we do make a bowl game. That's going to be nice. So we'll just simulate an in-season recap, and then we'll go over the stats for the season. And, yeah, then we'll get into the off-season here. And hopefully we don't lose too many guys. Unfortunately, though, we still have a lot. Coach stability is an A+. Coach prestige did go down. Okay, because of conference prestige, championship contender, and brand exposure. So we're going to need a lot of players in the next couple seasons. But it looks like we did lose our bowl game. We are 6-7 on the season. Kim had 23 touchdowns, 11 interceptions for 3,200 yards. Rushing wise, McMillan had 784 with 4. Jointer Jr. 496 and 7 led the team there. Our highest guys had 4 touchdown receptions. Lockett Jr. had 728 receiving yards. Defensive wise, Bailey had 91 tackles to lead the team. Adam had 13 tackles for a loss and 3 sacks to lead the team. We only had 3 picks on the season. No defensive touchdowns. Kicking wise, we were perfect on the year for extra points, but did miss 3 field goals. I'm guessing we missed 1 from 40 and 2 from 50. Punting wise, we did have 1 blocked, but it was 1,900 punt yards, 12 inside the 20, and 3 touchbacks. And no kicker punt return touchdown here this season. So it is what it is. I almost forgot to check the not the top 25. I always do that. Looks like Notre Dame won it all over Miami, though. With UNLV, Navy, Clemson, Oregon, and Oklahoma won their respective conferences. With Michigan, LSU, Alabama, Miami, Duke, Penn State, and Notre Dame were the automatic qualifier, or the at-large bids. Sorry, at the at-large bids. So good for them. That's going to be season 1 down. And let's go ahead and simulate into the off-season here. And go over players leaving. Again, hopefully we can keep a lot of players because we're going to lose a lot. Just with seniors. We do have 6 available persuasions. And I think we're just going to go after a couple freshmen and just try to hope they come back. And we're getting failed for every single one of them. Hey, we did get 1. It was a fullback. Great. What about Tony? Hey, Tony's going to stay. What about... And we don't keep our quarterback. We're actually going to lose 2 quarterbacks. Cameron Edge and then Jace Stuckey is going to leave, which... Couple of lower overall players. But again, we already have like 30 guys leaving. So... But I'm going to go ahead and get the transfer portal done. And I will be back in just a second. So after the portal, we signed 23 players... And we have one of the, we have one of the best MAC recruiting classes with 2 4-stars, 33 stars, and 1 2-star. So we have the almost top 40 class here with Eastern Michigan. And let's go over to see if we have any good development traits. We do have an elite dev tight end. The 4-star tight end is an elite dev. We also have impact dev for the running back as well. Anything else? We have a couple... we got another elite right guard, Quincy Walker. And anything else? I don't believe so. Nope. That is the only 2 elite devs. I mean, we'll take it. But it is what it is. I don't know if we signed 3 athletes. This guy is a power rusher. He is going to move to right edge. We signed an east-west playmaker. So this guy is a halfback. And these guys will have to go to their spots because if they don't, they do get whatever it's called. This guy is a backfield threat. Are we sure what it was? What was it before? Is contested specialist, which is a wide receiver. But let's check out the roster now. We have Singleton, who's a 73. We have Drew DeShields as well, as a 71 behind him. Halfbacks, we have 4, and they're all freshmen. Wide receivers, again, we now have all of our freshmen probably going to start. Offensive line is somewhat decent. I mean, just for what we have. Linebackers are rough. Corners are rough. Oh, we have like barely any strong safeties, so we're going to move some free safeties over to strong safety just so we can have 3 and 3. We'll even move a freshman over there. And that will be that. And we are still good on kicker and punter because they're both sophomores. So let's advance the week, go over the training results, and then we will see how we do. We are a 1-star school. We were a 1.5. But we do get some impact, or we do get some dev trade upgrades. Lewis goes up to an impact dev. That's it. So let's check out the training results. We have a plus 10 for James Mons, up to a 77. That's probably going to be the highest that we're going to have. Everyone else is probably going to get like 1 or 2 since we don't have the upgrade for it. But yeah, barely really any big upgrades wise. couple 80s overalls, but yeah, the plus 10 is the biggest one just because he goes plus 10 in play rec and plus 8 in awareness and plus 8 in change of direction. Yeah, kicker. Our punter went up plus 7, so that's cool. But let's advance the week one more time, see if we need to encourage any transfers. I don't believe so, just because we lost a lot last year, and we do not. We need to keep 13. We are down 13 players. 13. So, anyways, that's going to end season 1. It's on season 2 here with Eastern Michigan. And here we are in season number 2 here at Eastern Michigan. We go 5-7 here on the season. Not a great year, really, to be honest with you. We started out losing our first 5 games against Marshall, Michigan State, FCS, San Jose State, and Ball State before beating UMass Northern Illinois, losing back-to-back against Buffalo and Ohio, then winning our last 3 games to end the season. So obviously we're not getting a bowl game. So we can go over the stats here of the season and let's see how everyone did. DeShields went 12 of 2. We also had Singleton. So DeShields, I guess, got hurt, I guess. Or no, Singleton, I guess, started. He went 1,200, 6 of 7 as well for 1,200 yards and 1,400 yards for DeShields. But hopefully we can try to keep DeShields. But rushing-wise, Dingle led the team with 440 and 4 touchdowns. Elkins, 650 and 3 on the year to lead the team. Michaels with tackles. We had 8 tackles for a loss. 4 sacks led the team. Singleton also had 3 picks, but he's a senior. He'll be gone. No defensive touchdowns. Kicking-wise, we did miss 4 field goals, but made every extra point. And we punted 61 times for 2,500 yards, 14 inside the 20, 11 touchbacks, and no kicker punt return touchdowns. So let's go ahead and get on to the next part here. So we'll get to the interseason recap here in just a second. We will go over whoever wins it, to be honest, as well. And it's not going to be us. So simulated to the interseason recap, seeing how the college football playoff played out. And then, of course, we'll get into the transfer portal. Before that, we'll, of course, get players leaving. So, all in all, not a great start here for Eastern Michigan. Have yet to have a really big 500 record. But we did win 5 games in the MAC, which is decent. But we still got a lot of people wanting to transfer out. 10 people just because of championship contender, or 8 people, and then 1 because of playing time, 3 because of conference prestige, 3 because of brand exposure, more because of pro potential. It's not looking good here for this season. But it looks like Duke ends up beating Georgia 28-23 here in season 2, with Texas Tech, Penn State, Boise State, LSU, and Miami wins their respective conferences, with Florida, Ole Miss, Georgia, Texas, Notre Dame, and Clemson and Duke with the at-large bids here in this season. So let's get on to the next week of players leaving and see how many people want to leave this school, because it's going to be a lot. And we're going to have to sign another 35 players. So, yeah, we only get 4 tries here. We're going to try to keep Wilkins. He's gone. What about Clark? He's gone. We'll just try to keep Hicks, maybe? Oh, Hicks is going to stay. That's a big one. And then Nicola is gone. So we'll only keep 1 player. DeShields is gone. And yeah, we got really nothing really going for us there. But well, I'm going to go ahead and get the transfer portal done. I'll see if we get any draftees. I don't think we do. We do sign a 3-star defensive tackle, which will definitely help out just before. But yeah, still a lot of people wanting to leave and everything. But, you know, let's head into draft results. Nobody there. So, but anyways, I'm going to go ahead and finish the transfer portal, and I'll be back in just a second. And here we are after the portal. We signed 34 players, a pretty good class here from Eastern Michigan, top in the MAC. And we also signed 2 4-stars, 31 3-stars, and 1 2-star here this season. I didn't want to add a prospect. We can't even add a prospect. Anyways, we do get a center. We'll just go through the development traits here, see if we get any good development traits like star or elite dev. We do get 1 4-star free safety of DeAndre Connors. The other 4-star is just a normal dev. We do get a star dev left guard, the junior transfer. And we do get a star dev for a Sam linebacker for another junior transfer. Everyone else was a normal or impact dev. So nothing really too much there. Let's go over position changes, see if we need to make any moves. We don't need to do any athletes. Quarterback is fine since we actually got a lot of players now here. Halfbacks are okay. You know, we have one with 77 freaking speed. Wide receivers are rough too. 78 speed with James Stewart's not looking good. Definitely need some speed there. Offensive line, we're actually okay. Edge rushers, we're going to move one of our left edges to right edge. Just so we can have 3 and 3. Defensive tackle is 4 deep, so that's good. We have 1 Sam linebacker, so we're going to move a couple of our Will linebackers over. Like Colin here, we'll go play Sam linebacker, along with Pennington, we'll go play Will or Sam linebacker as well. So there's that. Corners are actually, we have a bunch of them now. Safeties are fine. Same thing with strong safety. We have a kicker and punter. So we are good there. And yeah, let's advance the week. See about the training results and go over the team and see if we get any big upgrades to this team. Hopefully we can, because that'd be nice. We do get a dev trade upgrade for Benitez. He goes up to an impact dev. Do get another one as well. This one is for Keith. He's also to an impact dev. And that's it. Only 2 dev trade upgrades. But my goodness, do we get some big upgrades. Benitez went up plus 13. Walker goes up plus 12. Sewell goes up plus 6. What happened with Spitzer went up plus 7. Singleton went up plus 4. Hoffman went up plus 5. We got a lot of good upgrades for this team. Dingle's now an 80 overall halfback with an 88 speed. Yeah, Benitez didn't upgrade his speed, but Mohammed did. He's up to a 90 speed with a plus 9 in overall. Plus 7 in overall for Robert. Plus 5 for the left tackle. Plus 6 for the guard. We saw that. Plus 12 for the right guard. We saw that as well. Any other than that, other than the plus 12? We got a plus 3 to our 83 overall Sam linebacker. Plus 7 to a Mike as well. Plus 6 to a corner for Keith with now 92 speed, 94 acceleration. Coffee's also got 93 speed. And that will probably be about it. Other than that, some pretty good upgrades, which will definitely be helpful. We don't even have it for us, so I think we're going to still focus on recruiter for right now. Mostly just get the DBs to be fully scouted quicker. I think it's because, honestly, we don't even have the upgrades. It's just for quarterback and running back. We don't even have O-line, so I don't know why they got a huge boost that they did. I mean, we'll take it. I'm not going to lie. Maybe it was because they progress faster. So he does have talent developer. And he doesn't have O-line, so I don't know. That was weird. I don't know why they got a big boost like that, but hey, I mean, we'll take it. We're not going to lie. But, well, let's advance one more week just to see if we need to encourage any transfers. I don't believe so. I still think we're way under the limit. And we are only 6 under the limit, so it's not bad, but we still got our work cut out for us here. We're going to advance one more week just to see if we get any updates on the team overall. We should. Offense should be a lot better than last year. But, you know, we're now at 72 overall, 74 on offense, 71 on defense. We do go up plus 5 on offense and plus 2 on defense and plus 3 overall wise for this team. So hopefully it's a little bit better. But that's going to end Season 2. It is on to Season 3 here with Eastern Michigan. And here we are in season number 3 here with Eastern Michigan. We go 7-5 and somehow are ranked 21st at 7-5. Having to play Toledo, who's 11-1 on the season. I don't know how they're not ranked above us, but you never know. We started out with a loss, then won, then lost back-to-back, then won, then lost back-to-back. Then we won 5 games in a row to end out the season. Losing to Toledo was the last loss, giving up 51 points in that game as well, but hopefully we can have a little bit better of a game. But at this point, we don't need to go over the stats because we have a championship game and then a bowl game right after this. So it'd be kind of nice. We do lose the championship game. That was probably kind of obvious, but it's fine, I guess. Keith wins MAC Defensive Player of the Week. We want to advance one more week to see what kind of bowl game we get. Hopefully it is a good one. Will be nice. But then again, we are ranked as well. That'd be kind of nice. Helps our championship contender at least. But yeah, conference prestige, brand exposure down, Pro potential and playing style, people just desperately want to get out. Same thing with playing time. So there is that. Julian Lewis wins the Heisman Trophy. 4,100 yards, 45 touchdowns with a 67% completion percentage. We don't win any awards, and we'll be playing San Diego State in the Arizona Bowl. Pretty sure we played them this year as well. We lost in week 1, but hopefully we can be a little better. We'll go ahead and simulate the in-season recap. Hopefully we can have a win and not just go 500 on the season. Hopefully go over 500, which would be nice, but at least it is our first bowl game. And we lost, but we did go up a half-star prestige. So that's nice. Checking out the stats, of course, on the season after we went 7-7. Spitzer had a great season, 2,700 yards, 21 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Singleton came in through 1 pass, and it was picked off. Rushing-wise, Dingle had over 1,100 yards with 3 touchdowns. Benitez had over 727 receiving yards with 8 touchdowns to lead the team. Defensive-wise, Brian led the team with tackles, Abel with tackles for a loss, and sacks. Fabus and Michaels had the most interceptions, but no defensive touchdowns. Kicking-wise, we missed 1 field goal and 1 extra point. And punting-wise, we had 12 inside the 20, 12 touchbacks, and 83 punts. Kick return, and no kick return or punt return touchdowns here in this season. So it is what it is. We'll check out the bracket. Almost forgot. Looks like Florida defeats Notre Dame 36-19 with Tulane, Oklahoma State, Oregon, Miami, Texas winning their respective conferences. I'm missing somebody. Or Miami. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, okay. So that was the one I missed. With a couple others being the at-large bids. But let's advance the next week and go over players leaving. Again, we're going to be losing probably 20. We did go 7-7. We're still not a school that can keep these players. These are all extremely low to very low. We only got 4 attempts, so we're going to try to keep Keith. He's gone. What about Connors, the free safety? He's gone. Michaels is gone, and then Coffee is gone. So we desperately need everybody again. But, well, let's advance the week, see if we get anyone into the NFL draft. I don't think so. I didn't think we had too many good players. I could be wrong. Pro potential goes down again for tight ends. We haven't had a good tight end in a while. We did have an offensive lineman of Sewell winning the 5th round. So again, the offensive line pro potential should be going good. But anyways, I'm going to get the transfer portal done. I'll be back in just a second. Portal, we signed 30 players here this season. If we go down the MAC, we still have the best MAC recruiting class. And we signed all 30 of our players. We're 3 stars. So that's actually kind of nice. But taking a look at the team or at the recruiting board here, see if we get any good development traits, and let's see what we get. Mostly normals and impacts so far. We do get a star dev with Ben Rice, not the first baseman for the Yankees, but a right tackle for Eastern Michigan. Everyone else, though, is normal or impact. We do get an elite dev free safety as the transfer sophomore. It's going to be big, but no one else was anything else. So going down to position changes, I know we do have a couple athletes to move over. We have 3 of them. This guy's a power rusher, so he has to go at power rusher, and he's going to go to right edge. This guy is an east-west playmaker, so he is going to be halfback, even though he probably is a better tight end, but we're going to move him at halfback. And then this guy is a middle linebacker. Or I guess he could be a Sam linebacker. We'll put him at Sam linebacker instead. But let's go over the team. 4 quarterbacks now after we had a bunch last year. All of them left. Spitzer will probably be the starter. He's got impact dev. Everyone else has normal. Halfback Dingle is an 80 overall. He just had a 1,000-yard season, so he may go. I don't think it's a star dev, though. Well, receivers, we have 3 juniors at the top. So maybe they improve their dev traits. I don't know. But 79, 79, 70. A couple people with 90 speed. That's not bad. Offensive line. How we looking? We really have a young offensive line or a low overall offensive line. Same thing with linebackers. Corners, we have a ton. That's fine. Good on safeties. And we will need a kicker punter this season. So That will be good news. But let's head into training results, see if we get any more big upgrades like we did last year with the 12s and 13s wise. That was mostly offensive line. We do get a +6 and a +7. Dingle is up +6. He's an 87. Walker's a +3 to an 88. Gentry's a +7 to an 86. So that's at least decent. Spitzer is up to an 82. That's not bad. 6'4", 211 now. So that's decent, I guess. 98 throw power. That's I would say that's pretty good. Of course, we already talked about Dingles. Now he's got 90 change of direction and 92 agility. Taylor increases speed, and same thing with Thomas. Wide receivers, Elkins went up to a 94 speed. We got a +9 from Buck, up to a 75. +6 from Sharp. Mohammed and Benitez are now 80 overalls. Tight ends a 79. Offensive line didn't get much compared to last season. Other than that, though, +6 for Dell. I guess it's up to a 77. So a couple mid-70 players, which is not bad. Merrill went up +8 to a 70 overall. +12 for Okereke. Big. We need the corners to be good. Herman also got +8. So we have a couple mid to low 70 overall corners with some speed, which should be good for the MAC conference. +7 and +8 for our safeties. That's not bad. But yeah, other than that, though, nothing really else to write home about there. But let's check out to see if we need to encourage any transfers. I don't believe so. I did custom conferences on accident. Usually it's encourage transfers at the top, but it's not this time. We do not. We only are 4 players under, so we actually gained people this last season. So we were like a 71 overall. Let's see how this team is now after some upgrades. We still have at least 1 year with some of those players. And we're now at 74 across the board. So we go up +3 overall on defense, +2 overall and team overall, but stay the same on offense. We did lose a couple good players from last season. But anyways, that's going to end Season 3. It is on to Season 4 here with Eastern Michigan. And here we are in Season number 4 here with Eastern Michigan. We go 9-3 again, making the MAC Conference Championship, where we play a 7-2 in the conference, 9-3 overall, Toledo as well. This time we're both not ranked, though. Ranked last year, and they were also ranked last year. We started out with a win against FCS, lost against Indiana, then went on a 4-game win streak, lost to Ohio, went on a 3-game win streak, then lost to Bowling Green, and then beat Central Michigan to end out the year, where we do have to play Toledo in the final game of the season. Well, not for us, because we will be getting a bowl game here in Season 4. But having 9 wins in Season 4 is pretty solid. That should improve a lot of players for championship contender. Playing style and playing time is really the only 2 things that people want to leave for. That's really good for us. But we do get a Player of the Week. I didn't see if we won or not. I don't think we did. We lost, so we are 9-4 on the season. So again, we will be getting a decent bowl game, and then we'll go over the stats after that said bowl game. And hopefully we can have 10 wins on the season. And we're in a recruiting battle against Oklahoma State for a 5-star halfback. It's not expecting that, but then again, we have signed a couple 4-stars. Walker White, for a QB from Pitt, wins the Heisman Trophy. 3,800 yards, 38 touchdowns, 66% completion percentage for him. And we'll be playing UNLV in the Arizona Bowl. So no awards for us. But again, we will be simulating to the end of the season recap. And hopefully we can get a win and have 10 wins for the first time here with Eastern Michigan. It would be nice. But still, 9 wins is still pretty solid. One of our best seasons. We do get the win. We are 10-4. Coach prestige improves. Athletic facilities even improved because we're now a 2-star school. Brand exposure still low. Playing time is low. We're only going to be losing 9 players. Projectedly, 9 players. So, I mean, we'll take that. But let's go over the stats here of the year of our 14 games. With Spitzer having 2,700 yards, 25 touchdowns, and 9 interceptions. Again, another decent season from our sophomore redshirt quarterback. Battles, though, is going to be leaving, and the other 2 guys are seniors. So we have to find some quarterbacks. Rushing-wise, Dingle had over 1,300 rushing yards with 5 touchdowns. Mike Taylor Jr. had 490 rushing yards, but 10 touchdowns. Receiving-wise, 645 with 4 to lead the team there for receiving. Boone had 86 tackles and 8 tackles for a loss to lead the team. 2 sacks from Bullocks to lead the team. Okereke had 3 picks to lead the team. Did we get any touchdowns? We did. Andre Lovett Jr. had a defensive touchdown. Kicking-wise, we missed 4 field goals, but made every extra point. We punted 61 times, 11 inside the 20, and 5 touchbacks for a total of 2,300 yards. And no kicker punt return touchdowns here in this season either. So let's check out the bracket. Always go right past the bracket on accident there. Boise State, USC, Clemson, Arizona State, and Ole Miss won their respective conferences, with Pitt, Washington, Georgia, TCU, Miami, Notre Dame, and Penn State were the at-large bids, with Arizona State defeating Ole Miss 45-42, a close game, national championship. That's what everyone wants to see. Now, we did have a projected 9 players wanting to leave. Let's see if, when we do sign a quarterback, and we need one anyways, let's see if those 9 players still want to leave. And it looks like all 9. We have 10. Gentry, please stay. Nope, all right. We do have 7 persuasion attempts. We keep Childers, which is a big keep. Let's see if anyone else will stay. We'll probably go after these guys. These are the freshmen. And then I guess we'll go after the safety. So we get 1 back. So we have only, what, 8 players? 1, 3, 6. Actually, we have 9. 9 players are leaving after this year. All of them are normal besides Gentry, who did have the elite dev. So that actually does kind of suck because he wants to stay home, I guess. Even though it's in Connecticut. So good luck there, buddy. But anyways, let's advance the week. See if we get anyone in the draft this year. I know we had a couple good players, but I think they're juniors. So I don't think they're gone just yet. And only really 1 person wants to leave. So that's actually kind of nice. We did not have anyone drafted, but I'm going to go ahead and get the transfer portal done. I'll be back in just a second. So after the portal, we signed 23 players. Another good recruiting class here for Eastern Michigan, and we have the number 1 in the MAC. We also had almost a top 25 class with 6 4-stars and 17 3-stars here this season. And again, let's go over. We got any good development traits? Get a couple impacts. Do get a star dev for a 3-star defensive tackle. We'll take that. Our first 4-star that we have of Ramon Hooker gets a star dev. We get another star dev with a transfer 4-star Mike linebacker of Vernon LeBeau. And we also get an elite dev transfer freshman halfback of Carl Vaughn's 4-star halfback. We didn't sign the 5-star. We lost out to Oklahoma State on that one. But everyone else was an impact for the transfers. I think we got 1 normal on a transfer. No, Miles Chosen was just our normal wide receiver. So all in all, a very good recruiting class here for Eastern Michigan. And I do think we had some athletes this year, so we do have to... No, we didn't. But so let's go over the team. Spitzer is still at quarterback. We have 2 quarterbacks behind him. Both of them are normals, so it's kind of unfortunate. Dingle is still the lead running back, but Vaughns might overtake him with that elite dev. Bronze is also there, and Vaughns also has 94 speed, so he might be our main halfback the rest of the way. Wide receivers are pretty good with Mohammed, Elkins, and Benitez. 90, 94 speed with Elkins and Mohammed, so hopefully they can improve just their overall-wise their senior year. Tight end is an 80 overall with Alex Robert. We have 2 behind him as well. Offensive line, I think we are good. I think we need to move some right guards and some right tackles. We have our whole right tackles are freshmen, so that's decent. We're going to move McCoud to left guard. He has a 74 overall there. I think that'd be better for him and gives us more flexibility on the offensive line because that does improve the offensive line as well. Defensive line is okay. Linebackers are actually okay now. Corners are okay. We got a pretty decent team now. So let's advance the week. We'll go over the training results, see if we get any more big upgrades. It's mostly going to be on offense. We do get a dev upgrade, and it's Boone up to an impact. Anybody else? No, that was it. Only 1 upgrade point. Or a run more. We have 290 overalls. Quincy Walker and Trent Dingle are both now 90 overalls. Dingle also went up to a 90 speed. Vons will definitely be here next year, hopefully. He's a sophomore redshirt with 88 overall with 96 speed. Mohamed's up to an 88 with +7. Those are our top 4 guys. LeBeau is also our 5th. So 4 offensive guys with a guard, 2 halfbacks, a wide receiver, and now a Mike linebacker on that side. Quarterback is an 87. Spitzer, yeah, is pretty good. He's up to an 87 with +5. Brahms went up +6 to a 73. Wide receivers, we already went over Mohamed. Benitez is up to an 86 again, not really upgrading his speed. Elkins didn't upgrade his speed. Draper went up +10 overall to a 76. That's pretty decent. Our tight ends an 83, now with 82 speed with his elite dev. I think he was a transfer coming in. No, he wasn't a transfer. I don't remember getting him as a transfer. Maybe I did. I can't remember. Offensive line, though, Rice went up +9. That Ben Rice star dev left tackle is definitely going to improve. Pasco went up +11 now to start for us. Deere went up to a +5 to an 81. Hendricks went up +6 to an 80 overall. Stacy went up +7 to a 75. Walker, of course, is a 90 overall with that elite dev. Right tackle is a 70. So our right tackles are a little bit lower than normal. Carter's up to an 87. +6 to our middle linebacker, or Mike linebacker of Hicks. We got 2 +8s for Will linebackers of Bullocks and Scrine, +7 for Merrill as well, +7 for Okereke. Still 90 speed. No one else really improved there. And safeties, +7 for Thomas, went up +4 speed. That's pretty good. And of course, our kicker and punter are both now true freshmen. We do have upgrade points. I guess what we're going to do is continue, going to tactician and maybe increasing the offensive line for run block finesse and stuff. And then the next upgrade will go back into there as well to upgrade that. So let's advance the week, see what our overall is. We are 74 overall across the board. Well, we do need to encourage transfers first, but I don't think we do. We are still 4 players under. So now let's advance the week, because we were 74 overall throughout. We have a couple 90 overalls now on this team, a couple high 80s. So let's see what this team will be. And this team is now an 84 overall. We went up +10 overall. I would say that's pretty good. And that's going to end season 4. Let's head to season 5 here with Eastern Michigan. And here we are in season number 5 here with Eastern Michigan, where we go 10-2 on the season. Only 2 losses as well came inside of the MAC. No pause. Anyways, let's check out the season, how we went. We started out 5-0, beating San Jose State, Minnesota, FCS, Georgia Southern, who ended up being ranked, in Ohio, before losing to Buffalo by 1, winning against Ball State, losing in Northern Illinois by 3, but then winning our final 4 games against Miami of Ohio, Western Michigan, Bowling Green, and Central Michigan to end out the season. So if we can get a win here, we go 11-2 and win the MAC for the first time. We also are a pretty high overall, which is nice. We also signed a 3-star guard. We definitely needed that, because I think half of our offensive line is leaving us, and we lost. So we are 10-3 here on the season. Ben Flowers gets the player of the week with 9 tackles and a deflection. And we got a guy get 8 catches for 132 yards and 3 touchdowns. How do we lose? Excuse me. How do we even lose this game? 26-23. That's unfortunate. We didn't even have a lead. I mean, we had a 3-point lead, but then we just couldn't break away late in the game. But it is what it is. It's unfortunate. We're bound to lose at some point. So let's advance one more week. It's still 10-3 is a solid season here. So we just gotta keep on keeping on. We lose a couple 4-stars that we were going after. It's fine. We are an 81 overall. Mike Devey wins the Heisman Trophy. 249 carries with 13 or pretty much 1,400 yards with only 5 yards per carry. But I don't know why it says yards per carry. Just sure the touchdowns. And we're facing San Jose State in the Arizona Bowl. We're constantly in the Arizona Bowl, but I guess it's fine. We'll simulate the in-season recap here, see how the season goes for everybody, and hopefully we'll do pretty good. We do lose again, but coach stability is up to an A+. Coach prestige up to a B. We are a 2-star school. We only have 3 people wanting to leave because of playing time. So we'll take that. We will gladly take that. Let's look at the bracket. Toledo, and so if we would have won, we would have made it to the college football playoff, but we had to end up playing Penn State, and we probably would have got blown out as well. TCU, Texas A&M, and Pitt were the automatic qualifiers, winning their respective conferences, with Florida State, Oklahoma, Texas, Arizona State, LSU, Notre Dame, and Georgia as the at-large bids, with TCU defeating Pitt and going 16-1 on the season. So good for them. But stats for us this time here in season number 5. Spitzer had another good year, 23 touchdowns, 5 interceptions with almost 3,000 passing yards, 2,900 to be exact in his junior season. Vaughn's 856 with 9 touchdowns. We also had Dingle with 826 and 6 touchdowns with 89 overall. We might have a running back go to the draft. Who knows? Receiving wise, Mohammed 735 and 5, Benitez 570 and 3, and Buck had 534 and 6. Defensive wise, LeBeau led a team with 75 tackles. Carter had 20 tackles for a loss and 6.5 sacks. 3 picks from Okereke. And we had a defensive touchdown from Flowers. Kicking wise, we missed 6 field goals and missed 2 extra points. Punting wise, we had 2,800 punt yards with 14 inside the 20 and 7 touchbacks from the true freshman. And we did a punt return for a touchdown. Nice. But let's move on to next week and see how many people are leaving. Again, we only really had 3 people wanting to leave due to, I think it was playing time. But let's see how many of those actually want to leave. And we actually have 5. Vaughn's wants to leave due to pro, and he's going to the draft. 90 overall, sophomore redshirt, and he's going. We do keep Kamara. And we keep Jones. So we're going to lose 3 more players, and one of them was our elite dev halfback that we only had for 3 seasons. He's going into the draft as a 5th rounder. It's a little unfortunate. I was kind of hoping to keep him around for a little bit more, but it is what it is. It's just got to add on to more players, and hopefully they can take over that role. We got 19,000 XP. My goodness, for what? But I didn't want the transfer portal just yet there. You guys can get a little sneak peek of that. But I want to see draft results. And we had a lot of guys go. Vaughn's and Dingle both went. Vaughn's in the 4th and Dingle in the 5th. We also had Walker go in the 4th. We had LeBeau go in the 5th. Muhammad go in the 6th. And Carter go in the 7th round. So we had 2 halfbacks, an offensive line, a linebacker, a receiver, and a defensive tackle. That will definitely help the pro potential and hopefully get more players in here. But I'm going to go ahead and get the transfer portal done. I'll be back in just a second. So after the portal, we signed 24 players here in this class. That is, again, good for the best in the MAC. And we signed a 5-star. We signed 1 5-star, 8 4-stars, and 15 3-stars here this season. So, again, just like we normally do, let's go over dev traits, see if we get anyone good. We get a 3-star star dev defensive tackle. We'll gladly take that. Get into more 4-stars. This wide receiver does have impact. This wide receiver also has impact. We signed a lot of wide receivers. We got an edge with star dev. That's good. And a halfback with star dev too. We'll gladly take that. And a defensive tackle with star dev. What was our 5-star player? We're about to get to him. It looks like we dart. And he's elite dev, and he's a wide receiver. So he's a contested specialist, so he will go there. And we have a lot of good wide receivers coming in, and that will be very, very nice. So let's go to position changes. Of course, we have to go immediately to athletes. This guy comes in as a 76 overall, and he's a really good halfback and tight end, but he will be going to wide receiver to be one of our top receiving players. This guy's a halfback. He will go to halfback, even though he's a little bit better in other positions. Just if you send him over, he does get higher skill caps, and you definitely don't want that. This guy is a route runner. Oh, he's a dual threat, so he's a quarterback. Put him at quarterback. Gives a better tight end, but again, not putting him in there. Putting him in their best spots. We now have 5 quarterbacks. Spitzer will be in his last season. He does have 99 throw power. So there is that. Snowden's behind him, Tucker, Bullitt, and then Jones. Running backs is now going to be led by Norwood, but probably Brahms will take over, more likely. But we definitely need Norwood to pretty much be our halfback of the future. Wide receiver, though, pretty solid. Although we really need our guys down here to really step it up for next year. just because Babineau, Buck, and Draper will be gone here in a couple years. But Summer, Corbin, and Straight will be our main three going forward. Tight end, King is 77. We do have two behind him. Left tackle is a 78, 76, 81, 83, and then 75. We'll move Terrell over to left tackle just so we can have 3, 3, and 3 pretty much, at least. 3, 3, and 3 from moving forward. No, we need a left guard. So we'll move Stacy over to left guard. Might as well, because we already also have another right guard behind him that's a sophomore redshirt that's a 74. Edge, we do need a right edge or a left edge, so we're going to move Rodriguez over to left edge. 77 overall. He's a better defensive tackle, but I think we're fine there and having two really solid edge rushers and a couple decent defensive tackles. Linebackers are decent, all 79 overalls. Corners are good. We just need to work on speed. A lot of them are seniors, though. We have 3 seniors going to be leaving us after this year. Free safety 75, strong safety 78. And then, of course, we're going to get into training results and see how everyone develops wise here in this one. And we get a dev upgrade to Herman, who's now an impact development. And that's it. You only get the 1. So let's see. Spitzer's up to an 89 to lead the team. Okariki's up to an 87. He's still got 1 more year. And Ben Rice is up to an 85 with +7. He's got a +7 to Dropper or Draper. I don't even know how. I butcher names. I apologize. We can call him CJ from now on. But yeah, quarterback's an 89. We have Bullet up to a 74. Snowden's up to a 73. Halfback's up to a 75 with Brahms. So nothing really to write home about there from our halfback position. Wide receiver, like I said, CJ's up to an 83. Buck is up to an 82. Babineau's up to a 79. And Maggio up to a 79 as well. But nothing much speed besides Babio at 94. King's up to an 81. Got +4. Ben Rice up to an 85 with a +7. Stacy's up to a 79. He got a +4 upgrade there. Center's up to an 82. Right guard's up to an 84. Right tackle's up to an 81 as a freshman redshirt. That's big. A couple 80s overalls on the defensive line other than defensive tackle. We're really having trouble with defensive tackle, but Sam linebackers an 82. Mike linebackers are 80 overall. We also have a Will linebackers at 80 overall as well. Okariki's the only 80 overall corner. Nothing really for speed-wise for our corners besides Alex going up +8. Safeties are good. Kicker and punter got +1, so I guess we'll take it. We'll advance the next week, see if we need to encourage any transfers. I think we might actually need to this year. See, now encourage transfers at the top. No, we're still only 2 players under this time, so again, we've actually been pretty good at staying under the limit this year here with Eastern Michigan, but we have a lot of seniors this year leaving us, and we're going to have to fill up a lot of spaces in this team. So, but only really 3 people want to transfer out, 2 due to playing time and 1 to conference prestige. We are an 82 overall. We kind of went down this year from last year. I guess we were like an 81, I guess. I don't know why, but I think it had everyone left already. 84 defense, 81 offense with an 82 overall team in total. That's going to end Season 5. You're on to Season 6 here with Eastern Michigan. And here we are in Season number 6 here with Eastern Michigan. We go 10-2 again. This time we are ranked 20th in the nation, along with going 8-0 in the MAC this time. And if we look at the schedule, we lost our first 2 games against Texas Tech, who ended up going 3-9, and then 10-2 Michigan. So we had and then we just won out, beat Coastal, beat FCS, then went our way through the MAC, including beating Buffalo, who went 10-2 as well. So it was at least a decent season for us. Hopefully we can beat Buffalo. We gave them their only loss in MAC play. Hopefully we can do it again and be up with a higher ranking. We do get a 3-star guard and a 3-star tight end, so we will take that. We definitely need the players. And we lost again. We are 10-3. So again, we make the MAC Conference Championship, but we just cannot win it. We even have a guy get 7 catches, 77 yards, and a touchdown. Okay, that's not. I thought that was higher than what it was. Devontae Day wins the Heisman Trophy, 102 receptions, 1,700 receiving yards, and 21 touchdowns. I just round up. if it's close enough. We'll be taking on Georgia Southern in the Veterans Bowl, so it's a little bit of a different bowl game at least this time. So let's advance to the end-of-season recap. We'll go over everything, and then let's see what we have for the national championship, and then go over the stats. Do we win our bowl game? We do not. We go 10-4 on the season. Coach prestige goes down. The only people wanting to leave because of playing style and playing time. Coach prestige goes down to a C+. So someone had to leave, I think. Yeah, so our defensive coordinator is new. We didn't have this guy before. Well, he does have motivator, which is kind of nice because our offense coordinator also has motivator, but he has quarterbacks, running backs, and wide receivers. Still a talent developer, though, which is going to be very, very nice, including he's working on linebackers. So I don't know why he's working on linebackers, but okay. We'll take it, I guess. I don't know. But checking out the stats here, we'll check out the bracket later on. Spitzer, in his final season, had 3,200 passing yards, just 3 yards shy, 23 touchdowns, just 3 interceptions. Rushing-wise, Norwood led the team with 792 in his freshman season. Unfortunately, he's going to want to leave with 5 touchdowns. Brahms with 232 and 5. And then Reich had 158 and 3. Norwood's a 78 overall. That's going to be a tough one to lose. But Buck had 810 receiving yards with 5 touchdowns. Babineau 701 with 9. Pretty good season from them. Boone had 91 tackles to lead the team. Bullocks had 7 tackles for a loss. Bullocks also had 5 sacks. Herman had 4 picks to lead the team, but no defensive touchdowns. Kicking-wise, we missed 6 field goals on the season and 1 extra point from our sophomore kicker. And we had, even our punter had a punt for 54 yards. That's wild. But 2,800 punt yards, 13 inside 20, 13 touchback. Did have 1 blocked. And no kicker punt return touchdowns here this season. But who wins season number 6? It is Georgia, 47-10 over LSU. Oklahoma State, Boise State, Nebraska, Ole Miss, and Pitt as their automatic qualifiers, winning their conferences. With Notre Dame, Miami, SMU, Oregon, Clemson, LSU, and Georgia as the at-large bids. So congrats to them, and now we get into the players leaving. Hopefully we can keep Norwood. That would be a big win if we can. However, we do have a couple running backs coming in this season, but hopefully, and he's gone. All right. What about Straight? We need to keep him, and he's gone too. Free is gone. Hurley is also gone. Tucker is gone, but we do keep Amandi. So we lose 5 more players added on to whoever was leaving anyways. We do have another draftee. It's Spitzer in the 5th round. So that will help out the pro potential. Not exactly, but it will help it out at least somewhat. But hopefully we can get our halfback back in the transfer portal here in just a second. And I will get that going, and I'll be right back. Here we are after the portal. We signed 23 players as another very good class here in the MAC. And again, we get a top 20, almost top 15 class, with 1 5-star, 10 4-stars, and 12 3-stars here this season. So we did pretty well in the recruiting. Let's see how we do with development traits. Unfortunately, we get 2 normals for a couple of the 4-stars that we went after, and a lot more 4-star normals as well. We do get a star dev from the 5-star halfback, so we'll gladly take that. We get a star dev from a wide receiver, another wide receiver with star or better development trait. We also have a star dev with a defensive tackle. Star dev with another halfback, this time a transfer. And yeah, everyone else was just normal or impact. So we do get a couple, but nothing really too much there. Heading over to athletes, we don't have any, so we are good there. Bullet will be the main guy going forward, I think, unless Manning takes him over. But yeah, quarterback, we really don't have much. Halfback, I mean, we do have Maurice now. He's with the star dev. Maybe he goes up big. But we do have Brahms, who's another senior. We also have Samia and then Hayden right behind both of them, with especially even more with a couple people with playing style and playing time. But proximity to home will be nice to have as well. Wide receivers, though, are 83 and 82. We don't have anyone to move there. I think we just need to focus offensive line, which we actually have a pretty decent offensive line this year. So we might actually do pretty well. We are an 84 overall, but it'll probably go higher once we get through training results, because hopefully our corners can improve even more, hopefully. That is hopefully the key. But we'll check out the training results. Coach prestige and conference prestige and playing time were only reason why 3 people want to transfer out. And we do get a dev upgrade for Buck. He's up to an impact dev. We do also get another one. It's Manning up to an impact dev. So I think that was one of our quarterbacks. So I think he overtook Bullet. But we do have 2 90 overalls with Okariki and Maurice. Both have 90 plus speed as well. Quarterback went up +7. Eric Manning is an 81, so he will be leading the charge for us this year. And then Bullet probably will take over after this. Maurice went up to a 90. Not really much from the offense, though. Receivers-wise, +4 for Buck. He, of course, had the impact dev upgrade. And our elite dev only went up +4. But he does have 95 speed, 95 acceleration. That's probably our fastest speed guy for Corbin. +6 for a tight end. Offensive line is probably the best that we've had the entire simulations right now. Even our defensive line is probably the best. And same with our linebackers. +8 for Alex. Of course, he has that impact dev, and he's up to an 84. So we're looking pretty solid. We have an 80 overall team at least. I mean, everyone that's starting is an 80 overall or higher. Especially 85 besides our tight ends. I don't even think we need good tight ends, but we might even be 87, 88. You never know with how good this team might be. Do we need to encourage any transfers? I don't believe so. No, we are only 1 player under this year. So that's nice. But let's sim the week, see if we have any updates on our overall-wise. Because we do have 2 90s, but we do have a lot of higher 80s. We are an 86, as high as we've ever been so far. And playing style due to 2 players, coach prestige, playing time, and then, of course, conference prestige. Otherwise, some people want to leave. But so that is going to end Season 6 and is on to Season 7 here with Eastern Michigan. And here we are in season number 7 here with Eastern Michigan. We go 11-1 and are ranked 11th here this season. And our only loss was against number 4 Penn State, 34-16. We are an 87 overall, 86 offense, 89 defense. We have a very, very good team. And of course, really, Penn State really helps out our strength of schedule, just because they were 11-1, and we had 3 guys with 3-9, 2-10, and then 4-8. So that really and 5-7. So we had a couple 7-5s, and a 9-3 Toledo. But we do face Northern Illinois in the MAC Conference Championship game. And if we can get this win, I think we get a bye. Not a bye, but we get into the college football playoff. So let's see if we can actually get it done. We're on week 15. Oopsies. I thought we were on week 16. It is not week 16. It is week 15. Now we'll get into the MAC Conference Championship game here. Here with Eastern Michigan. And hopefully we can get a win. If we do, again, I think we go to the college football playoff since we're going to be one of the teams that win their conference. And we won. We are 12-1. We're 86 overall now in total. It's a very good squad. We have a lot of 90 overalls. And Eric Manning's at the single season passing touchdowns record. Nice. We'll take it. We also, there's the MAC Conference Championship. And G wins the Heisman Trophy. Oklahoma State's wide receiver, 113 catches, 1,500 receiving yards, and 11 touchdowns. We'll be playing Georgia in the college football playoff, so it's not a great draw for us-wise to start this season, or to start our... And I think the first time we won the MAC, and we were in there for a long time, but Oklahoma State, Eastern Michigan, Oregon, Clemson, and LSU won their respective conferences, with Alabama, Ohio State, Michigan, Georgia, Notre Dame, Ole Miss, and Penn State as the at-large bids here in season number 7. So this one will be a fun one here against Georgia. We kind of get the short end of the stick here. They are a 95 overall team. So let's see if we can somehow pull off a win on the road. I don't know if we're going to be able to, but you just never know at this point. we just have to play well enough to get a win, and hopefully we can do that. But we're starting on defense first here in this one. And our defense gets a stop, but our offense can't score. It's only 3-0 at the end of one. Our offense gets a touchdown to take the lead. Georgia kicks another field goal and then another one. So it's 9-7 at the half. We start with the football. So the defense has held them out of the end zone. We get 2 touchdowns. They get another field goal. Now they get their first touchdown of the game. It's 19-14 here in the fourth quarter. The defense gets off the field. Now the offense needs a touchdown to take a lead. They get a big first down, but have not done anything since, and we have to punt. Defense, though, again, gets off the field, but we got to go a bunch of yards to get into a touchdown. But again, the defense has played insane. And a touchdown here gives us the lead, but unfortunately it was knocked away. And that will do it. Unfortunately, Eastern Michigan fought as hard as they could. We had a lead at one point in the game. It's just, unfortunately, we couldn't score in the second half after we scored once in the third. But we scared Georgia, at least. We were in 94 and we were in 86, so that was a closer win than what most people probably would have thought for Georgia. And we had a chance to move on. But unfortunately, that will end the season there for Eastern Michigan here in season number 7. But Manning had a solid season, 27 touchdowns, only 2 picks with 2,800 passing yards. Rushing-wise, Maurice in his senior season had over 1,000 yards with 5 touchdowns. Receiving-wise, Draper at 842 with 7. Corbin 640 with 7 as well. Defensive-wise, Hooker led the team with 77 tackles. Jaleel with 12 tackles for a loss and 7 sacks. We only had 2 guys with 2 picks. We have any touchdowns? No. Kicking-wise, we only missed 1 extra point. For some reason, our punter came in and kicked 5 field goals. That's really weird. All right. Punting-wise, he did punt 48 times, 2,100 yards, 9 side 20, and 6 touchbacks. And we did have a punt return touchdown. Nice. We will, I guess, take that. But let's head into the end-of-season recap now. See who ended up winning it all. Hopefully it is Georgia, because then we can say at least we fought against the team that won it all this year. But we are now a 2.5-star prestige, so we do go up a prestige. Coach prestige also goes up to a B. But still, 2 people do the playing style, 2 people do the playing time, and 1 person the conference prestige. So really only 5 players want to leave, and that will definitely help out. Alabama destroys Georgia in the national championship, 55-29. So Georgia did end up going to the national championship. They had a lot of close wins by 5, by 8, and then by 1. And then they just got absolutely stomped by Alabama. So that's a little unfortunate. But we're going to upgrade our coaching skills. I think we're going to upgrade tactician and continue with the offensive line. Get that pass and run block power. We are an A- prestige, but our offensive coordinator is a D+, and our defensive coordinator is a C. That's a little unfortunate, but anyways, let's advance the week, get into players leaving, and then hopefully get into Season 8 and have a better season than last. Hopefully, again, we only have 5 players want to leave. Yep, only actually 4. Nate Hayden's going to leave, though. Andre is also going to leave. Sean Jones is going to leave. And Amandi's going to leave. So everyone does leave, but we do have another 2 players going in the draft. Maurice at 4th round and Okereke in the 5th. So 2 more players that do get drafted here from Eastern Michigan, which definitely helps out for the pro potential. Little by little, I guess. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get the transfer portal done and out of the way, and I'll be right back. So after the portal, we signed 21 players here in this class. And again, it's a top 25 class, actually a top 20 class. And we signed 1 5-star, 4 10-stars. What are we talking about here? 10 4-stars and 10 3-stars. Again, the best recruiting class in the MAC conference. Taking a look at what we normally do with the development traits, we do get a star Dev Sam linebacker. He was a bust, too. I think that's the first time I've seen that all year. Gainwell is a star dev quarterback. That definitely is going to help. Star dev wide receiver, one of our 4 stars. A couple of the 4 stars are also impacted. We get an elite dev edge rusher. That was the sophomore transfer. We also get another 2 stars. Both of them are halfbacks, a freshman and a junior. That's it. We actually had a decent amount of stars and elite devs this year, so we will gladly take it. But taking a look at athletes, nope, we don't have any, so we'll go through the roster. Snowden and Bullet are the top 2. More than likely, Snowden's probably going to start again. Halfback Ramen is an 82. Chad here at 77. Samia at 76 at 92 speed. We have a couple guys there as well. Wide receiver, though, is looking really solid. Corbin with 95 speed. He's got elite dev. Sumner with 91. Brita with 93 is a freshman coming in. A couple of these guys have low speed, but they should work on it. Tight ends is 78. Offensive line. Do we need to move anybody? We could probably move one of our one of our guards to center, and I think we're going to move Pasco over to center. He's a senior. He's an 81 overall. Might as well move him over there, and then we're going to move Suggs over to left guard. Just because it brings us back to 3. We have 2 freshmen over there. We do probably need to move one of our freshman tackles over to left, just because it makes it more easier for me. Have some depth there, I guess. Edge, we could probably move Bars. We're going to move Bars over to left edge, I think, because that's going to really upgrade this defense. 81 right there. We have an 89 here with a 79 with DeLuca. 77 for the defensive line. That should upgrade. Our same linebacker's an 83. Hooker's an 87 as of right now. Corners, we have 380 overall corners. I'm probably going to have more. Safety's an 80. Other safety's a 74. Kicker's an 80. And our punter is an 82. So this team is honestly one of the best I think we've had. Granted, UCLA, we did have a really good team in like year 3. But let's go over training results here with Eastern Michigan. We get a dev upgrade. It's Whitaker up to an impact dev. We haven't had someone go to star yet. I haven't seen that one, but it could happen here soon. We have 390 overall players. Ben Rice, that left tackle, not the first baseman for the Yankees. It is our left tackle here for Eastern Michigan. Freeman is a 92 overall edge rusher, and Hooker is a 93 overall Mike linebacker. So the defense, again, is pretty solid. Truman has an 89. Draper has an 88, only with 85 speed, though. But Samia goes up plus 10 to an 87 overall with 94 speed, 94 acceleration. Corbin has 97 speed, 97 excel as an 84 junior as well with that elite dev. Or Bullet actually goes up plus 5, and he will start this season in his senior season. Snowden's an 80. He'll be our backup. Halfback, again, we already talked about Samia. We're just going to say Warren at this point. Chad went up plus 4. Aurora went up plus 4. Rahman went only plus 2, but he had plus 2 to speed. Wide receiver, again, Draper's up to an 88. Corbin's up to an 87. Maggio is up to an 84. Beckner is also up to an 84. We got up plus 9 with 88 speed, 94 excel. Sumner's up to an 83. Jimmy's up to an 81 with plus 4 to speed and acceleration. Tight end's up to a 79 to lead the team. Our left tackle, of course, is a 93. 81 behind him. Stacy's an 87. Center's only still an 81. Right guards, we have 284 overall right guards. Our right tackle is an 87 with 280 overalls behind him. Edge rusher, of course, we have 86 with Bars. He went up plus 5. We also have Sturgis an 82. Freeman's a 92. Shields is an 81. 82 for Suggs and Kelamite with 80. We went plus 4. Sam linebacker's an 85. Mike linebacker's a 90. Will linebacker's an 84. Corners are 89, 87, 84, 81. Yeah, this team might be it. Our strong safety, though, is a little rough, but our kicker and our punter went up plus 2. That's nice. So we'll advance the week, see if we need to encourage any transfers. We only have really 3 people wanting to transfer out. One's to the pro potential, which will definitely change after this year. We don't. We're actually at the marker at 85. So we're just going to advance the week and then see what this overall or team overall is. We were at 86 overall last season. And we are going to be an 89 with a 91 defense. Yeah, this team is definitely really good this year. But anyways, that's going to end Season 7. It is on to Season 8 here with Eastern Michigan. So here we are in Season number 8 here with Eastern Michigan. We go 11-1 here on the season. A very nice season. But checking out the top 25 first because we do need to check that out. Alabama and Ole Miss are going to be 1. They're automatically going to be 1. Then we have Michigan, USC, so that's going to be 2. Florida Duke is 3. So if we can win today, we'd make the college football playoff because we'd be the 4th team to win our conference, and then probably FIU or BYU or Liberty ends up going as well because they'd be the 5th. But as long as we win here, that would be nice. And our only loss here this season, since we went 11-1, came against number 3 Notre Dame, 35-7. But if we can win our championship game here against Toledo again, we would make the college football playoff again for the 2nd straight time. This time facing a different opponent, probably more than likely, since we don't have to probably play Georgia. We do win. We are ranked 11th, and we do go 12-1 here on the season. So back-to-back MAC Conference Championship wins, and it took us a while to get there. But we finally won back-to-back when we've made it constantly in the last couple of years. But, I mean, we are an 89 overall now, so that's really going to help. So we'll gladly take it. But now let's see where we're going to be going and facing in the first round of the college football playoff. We signed a 4-star left will linebacker, so we'll take that. Still got a couple people want to transfer out due to playing time, but that's about it. Matthew Massey wins the Heisman Trophy for Oklahoma State wide receiver. Again, 123 catches, 1,500 receiving yards, and 14 touchdowns. Pretty much 1,600 if we round up, plus 18. No shot we're going back to Georgia. I literally said we're not going to be playing Georgia, but here we are playing Georgia again in back-to-back seasons. Ole Miss, FIU, Duke, Eastern Michigan, and Michigan won their respective conferences to move on with Miami, Georgia, Florida State, Ohio State, Alabama, Notre Dame, and Texas have the at-large bids. So if we win this one here against Georgia, we would have got to play Notre Dame again. They were the only team to beat us so far, but we got to play Georgia first and hopefully somehow pull off an upset because they are a 95 overall team. So let's get started here against Georgia. Let's see what we can do just like last year. Let's see if we can do just like last year, I should say. Words are hard, man. But get stops on defense, force them to take field goals, and then just try to score on offense as much as possible. We are starting on offense first here in this one. And the offense punts. So does Georgia. Our second drive, we get a field goal. We're up 3-0 at the end of 1. Second quarter. We get another field goal. It's 6-0. We get another stop, but Georgia gets a field goal as well. We get a touchdown at the end of the half. It's 13-3. Georgia begins with the football. They punt. We get a turnover and a touchdown. It's 20-3 here in the fourth quarter. A 17-point lead here for Eastern Michigan on the road. Georgia, though, will make it a 10-point game. So still 2 possessions, and they will get the possession back. 4:20 to go here in the game. Defense just has to hold for long enough. And I think they will. They force a field goal. We get a big first down. We get it again. It's goal to go. We're taking these. And Eastern Michigan goes into Georgia and upsets the Bulldogs 20-13. That is a big win. They beat us last year, and now we beat them this year. They scored 10 points in the fourth quarter, but I think that touchdown before the end of the half, in the first half, was huge. If we don't get that, I don't think we win. But we will gladly take that. Single-season passing touchdown record is broken, I think, again. But yeah, we're moving on to go play Notre Dame here now in the second round, or I guess in the quarterfinals. And let's see if we can pull off another big upset. We're probably going to win some Player of the Week awards from the MAC. I guess just the one. Playing the Fiesta Bowl here against Notre Dame. And we'll check around the bracket as well. Miami destroyed FIU. Michigan destroyed Duke. And Ohio State destroyed Florida State. So the winner of this Eastern Michigan Notre Dame game will go play the winner of Ohio State Alabama. So this will be, I mean, I think we got the short end of the stick here on our side of the bracket. But Notre Dame is a 96 overall. So we have our work cut out for us here against Notre Dame. We got to play well enough and try to get some stops on defense and score on offense. If we don't have that, obviously we're not going to win the game. But this one will be a tough one here. We're going to start on offense first. And the offense gets a field goal. The defense gets a turnover. It's 6-0 here at the end of one. Unfortunately, it could have been a lot more. Notre Dame gets stopped again. And so far, the offense, or the defense, have been getting stops. It's 6-0 at the half. Notre Dame will start the football, and nothing's really gone their way. They get a field goal. We get a touchdown. It's a 10-point lead going in the fourth quarter. Then again, we did give up 10 points in the game against Georgia, but this time we are going to get a field goal. We had a goal to go, and we just couldn't break the end zone there. Defense, though, is getting a stop on Notre Dame. And with a minute to go, Eastern Michigan will allow 3 points to Notre Dame and will beat them 16-3. Only scoring one touchdown in this one. We would have won by field goals. But a big win, and that means we are just one win away from a national championship appearance. But now, we have to go play against either Ohio State or Alabama, which will be very, very tough. So we're definitely going to have our work cut out for us here, and no matter what, especially in the national title game too, because it's going to be a rough one on that account as well. But we are 14-1 here on the season, and we beat Notre Dame, the only team to beat us so far. We do get the 2 Player of the Week award, so we'll take that. 3 catches for 64 yards as the Player of the Week. That's kind of sad. And we'll be playing Ohio State here in the national championship, or here in the semifinals before the national championship. And the winner of this game would go play Michigan or Texas. Michigan defeated Duke and Ole Miss. Texas defeated Miami after Miami defeated FIU. So it's going to be a fun one here against another tough team. And Ohio State is a 97 overall. This one will be a rough one. We are going to start on defense first here in this one against Ohio State. And the defense gets a stop. The offense gets a field goal. So it's a 3-0 lead at the end of one, but Ohio State is threatening, and they get a touchdown, but we do as well. We get another stop. It's 13-7. It's now 20-7. It'll be that way at the half. A huge second quarter for Eastern Michigan, and it's a 20-7 lead here going in the fourth quarter, but Ohio State is threatening, and they'll make it a 6-point game. Had chances to extend the lead, but unfortunately now Ohio State has a chance to take the lead back, but they can't. And then we turn it over on our side of the field, and they retake the lead. All we now need is a field goal. We are now in field goal range, but how about a touchdown? We missed the 2-point conversion, but it is a 5-point game. Defense just needs a stop on 4th and 2. They can't get it, but 17, now 12 seconds, 6 seconds. There's 1 second on the clock, and Eastern Michigan will pull off the win. A 26-21 win. That was a wild last 20 seconds of the game. It just kept going. I thought the game was over, but man, oh man, Ohio State almost came back to win this one. But Eastern Michigan will move on with a big touchdown in the fourth quarter to give us the win. And now we are just 1 win away from having another team down here in this series. Bullet, of course, is the passing. Yeah, that will come up every time now. But yeah, just one win, and it's either Texas or Michigan trying to stop that. And that team will be, as we get the Player of the Week awards out of the way, we'll be taking on Michigan. So it's a Michigan rivalry here. Technically not a rivalry, but hey, you never know. Michigan beat Texas 41-33. They've scored at least 34 points a game. We've only scored about 20 points per game. So this one will be a tough one. Our defense is going to have their work cut out for them here in this Michigan battle, and they are at 96. So let's see who the best Michigan school is here this year. Eastern Michigan versus Michigan in the national title game. Again, we have beaten teams that have been way better than us. Our defense has been insane in this college football playoff run. Our offense has scored just enough to get these wins. So let's see if it can happen again. We're starting on defense first. Here in this one. The defense gets a stop. The offense doesn't do anything with it. And it's nothing after quarter number 1 for both sides. Second quarter, we get a field goal. Defense gets a stop and a touchdown. For our offense, it's 10-0 at the half. So a good 10-0 lead. Now a 13-0 lead. But now they make it 13-7 going in the fourth quarter. So a 6-point lead. We need first downs. Unfortunately, we can't get them. Defense now needs to get stops. And how about a fumble recovery? And the offense gets into field goal range. But how about a goal-to-go situation? It's 21-7 with 2 minutes to go. Can the defense hold in these last minute? It looks like they're going to. And Eastern Michigan has Michigan dominance here in the national championship game. In 8 seasons, they have won it all. A big, big win here for Eastern Michigan. And a really tough college football playoff run here with this squad. Georgia, Notre Dame, Ohio State to Michigan. Some tough, tough teams. But the defense was highly underrated for us. They were ranked at 91. But man, oh man, did they play better than a 91. They played like a 97. At least. We had a lot of good players in this run. It ends with a national championship. 21-7 win. We go 16-1 on the season. That touchdown late in the game with that 2-point conversion really was the difference in this one. We rank up, but it doesn't even matter at this point. Because a win is a win, and we are national champions here in season number 8. Looking at the stats here on the season, Bullet, 3,700 yards, 32 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. A pretty good season from Bullet in his senior season. Samia had over 1,000 yards with 10 touchdowns. Rahman had 546 and 7. Receiving-wise, Draper had 972 with 5. Corbin 817 with 6. And Beckner with 754 and 10 to really lead the squad. Defensive-wise, Hooker had over 100 tackles. Kelemete, Skrine, and Bars had over 10 tackles for a loss. And Jaleel had 7 sacks. I can't even say that last name. Alex had 4 picks to lead the team. Do we have any defensive touchdowns? We did. Theo Coleman had a defensive touchdown. Kicking-wise, we did miss 2 field goals, but made every extra point, and the 2 field goals were from 50. Plus, we had 74 punts for 3,300 yards, 16 inside the 20, and 12 touchbacks. No kicker punt returns in this national championship winning season. But that's going to do it for the video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you guys did like the video, man, words are hard today. Leave a like down below. It's free. Really helps with the channel. If you guys are new, hit that subscribe button. We're very, very close to 500 subs. And once we hit that goal, we'll be doing a 24-hour stream right here on YouTube. So, yeah, hope you guys have a great rest of your day, week, weekend, whenever you guys are watching this. And I'm out. Peace.